All right. We're gonna stay on it, man. We're gonna stay on it. Pressure on his neck. Here go the coach, man. We back. We back. We got Anton breaking it down for us. I seen it, but then when I clicked on something else, he popped up. So you gonna hear me and you gonna hear him. Well, black men in general, black men especially, I gotta do better. Y'all fumbling too much money. Too much money, man. Too much money, man. Let's go.
Is appearing in court. On Wednesday, as you may know, he was fired as coach, and then shortly after he was arrested. Now we have learned that he's facing 3 charges: home invasion, stalking, and breaking and entering. The university has said that Sharrone was fired for cause after finding out he was engaged in, quote, an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. We are looking at his first court appearance. Let's listen in.
In light of the factual scenario that gives rise to these charges, my best understanding from a thorough review of the police report and as much body-worn camera as I've had an opportunity to review is that I understand that our victim broke up. They had an intimate relationship for a number of years, defendant and victim, that our victim broke up with this defendant on Monday morning early, that there continued to be defendant making numerous phone calls and sending numerous texts from that time moving forward that she did not answer, did not respond to, and did not want. That eventually she presented herself to the University of Michigan, cooperated in some form of investigation there. As we all now know, defendant was at some point on Wednesday afternoon fired from his employment. He then, at some point soon thereafter, came to her apartment in the address that is alleged in the complaint, barged his way into that apartment, immediately then proceeded to a kitchen drawer, grabbed several butter knives and a pair of kitchen scissors, and began to threaten his own life. I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to make you watch. My blood is on your hands. You ruined my life. And a series of very, very threatening, intimidating, terrifying, quite frankly, statements and behaviors there in that apartment. It was.
This is so sad. It is so sad to watch the downfall and the flames on this whole thing just ignite and just turn into a whirlwind. A guy that had worked his whole life and worked his way up through the ranks to eventually achieve one of the most prestigious jobs in all of college football, and then it all goes down in flames. Self-inflicted, might I add.
Absolutely.
Because he never had to be in this situation in the first place. But
all right, that's why I'm gonna cut in. I'm happy Tom said that because it's his fault, and I hate to say it. He fumbled so much money. He fumbled his career. He fumbled all the hard work. He fumbled his family. He fumbled his last name. He fumbled his legacy. Man, it pissed me off. It pissed me off because I work hard, and I'd be damned if I fumble everything over some box, over a female, over a chick, over trying to get one off. Like, what are we talking about? And it keep happening. I think that's the most disappointing thing. It keeps happening. And it's like the numbers just keep going up. He was young. He was younger than me. Come on, Tom. Talk to him.
Then as we learn more details, I realized that it wasn't that the University of Michigan actually had discovered that he had been having an affair. It was her that went to the university and told on him, and then ultimately resulted in him losing his $5 million a year job, and then the subsequent earnings that he would earn whenever, after, or whatever. Wow. And it's a sad situation to see him in this position. I never wish jail, death, or an inability for somebody to be able to provide for themselves and their family on anything. I've been consistent with that. I've always said that to y'all here on this platform. I've never wished that, nor will I ever wish that on anybody in life. And to see this whole thing just continue to erupt,
it get worse.
and he even looks like he's aged significantly since he's been arrested.
Yep.
He hasn't gotten out of jail. He's not gotten bail. He's now facing the charges, and they're alleging that he was saying that he was going to take his own life.
Only then, Your Honor, when the victim, she called her attorney and then at some point indicated she was going to call the police, and then he left. And so, Your Honor, while I understand that there isn't evidence to suggest that he directly threatened the victim with any of those implements that I've indicated, the totality of the behavior is highly threatening and highly intimidating. She was terrorized, Your Honor.
Mr. Moore, could you state your name, please?
Sharrone Moore.
Sir, you are not to use alcohol, marijuana, or any other controlled substance that is not prescribed to you. You are not to possess or purchase a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. You are not to engage in criminal conduct of any kind whatsoever. You may not leave the state of Michigan without permission of
Oh, he getting
court.
bond?
Prior to your release, you will be placed on a GPS tether.
Oh, really?
You will not be released before that GPS tether is placed upon you.
Okay.
You must continue all mental health treatment
Oh, yeah, definitely.
as a condition of your bond.
They definitely running with the mental.
The named victim in this case will not be placed on the record. You may not have contact with that individual. That means no calling, no writing, no video chatting, no texting, no emailing, or any other form of contact the human mind can possibly fathom. No one in the world thinks that this person is going to reach out to you. Should they do so, and again, no one thinks that they're going to, you may not reply in any form or fashion. The named victim's address will not be placed on the record, but you may not go to that location for any reason whatsoever. Are we understood on the no contact and no go-to, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have any questions about that, you have a good attorney, simply ask them. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, he got to go back home to his wife. That's a whole nother problem right there. You can't
Bond will
control.
be set
You
in the
can't
amount
control.
of $25,000 cash surety, as requested by the prosecution's office. This court does not determine innocence or guilt. This court determines flight risk and community safety. The court finds with these conditions in place, it has been met. Mr. Simon, we are setting probable cause conference at this time for January 8th due to the holidays and scheduling. Is that a good court date?
Shaq, you've been covering this for days. We learned a lot in that hearing from the prosecutor. I was summing it up before you came outside. But this is a lot of new information about this relationship that we didn't know before.
Yeah. Absolutely, and it kind of backs up the timeline a little bit. You know, this all started, we were caught wind of this on Wednesday, of course, when we first heard from the university about his firing. But based on what the prosecution was saying, this is something that dates back to Monday, when apparently a relationship between the former coach of Michigan football and an unnamed woman, by design, an unnamed woman broke up. And according to the prosecutor, that's what led to this series of stalking, a lot of text messages and phone calls. And then after apparently she went to the university on Wednesday, that's when he showed up at her house again, according to the prosecutors. Now, the defense in this in that hearing, you mentioned, they said they weren't able to review the police body camera video. They weren't able to review the police report. So we didn't get any response or rebuttal to the facts that were laid out by the prosecutors. I believe actually the attorneys are speaking right now, so we'll see if they have any update or what they're saying in response to the allegations that are being made. But I think the big thing is we know that this did not start on Wednesday. We can even say it really didn't start on Monday, but really it was an extended relationship, a romantic relationship that ended up, in the words of the prosecutors, violently.
Yeah, lose everything. You lose everything, man.
Hurt my heart. getting involved with something you're not supposed to be involved
in the first place.
doing things that you're not supposed to be with.
In the first
You could have
place.
stayed home with the family.
Yep.
Then she goes to the university and
She
tells
gonna
on
snitch
you.
on you.
And then reports you, and then now you lose your job.
Now you
and
crash
she knew that
out.
you was going to lose your job.
Come on,
We
man.
had this conversation last night on After Hours on the Room 9 channel. And I suspect that we're probably going to have this conversation again. But let me know what y'all think inside of the comments.
We
Make sure
finna
y'all
keep
tap
talking
into the
about this.
Patreon. Link is in the description.
Peace out.
You know, honestly, it just hurts my heart. I really do wish that people could live happily ever after. I really wish this guy would have been able to just, you know, get his money, stay focused, do whatever it is that he do. And now
get the women
his
off his
name
mind.
will be forever marred by the idea that he
The
decided to
fumbler.
get involved
Yep.
in something, and then it turned into what it is.
The
Let me know
fumbler.
what y'all think inside of the comments. I love
Peace.
y'all. I appreciate